Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and discoveringbands.com. For everyone watching, share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here with Dirty K. How you doing today?
Absolutely fine. Cool. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
Now, you got a bunch of albums out. And, could you give us a little history about the project for anyone that doesn't know?
Well, it started as a duo in 2006. It started off as a little experiment, and then it kind of progressed from there. And then it just carried on until like now, you know. I've released music over like, I think it's 64 releases. That's including like remixes, compilation tracks, stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of a fully fledged kind of music project now.
And what got you into this harsh noise, dark style of music?
I was really into like the extreme metal genre, and I got into techno and stuff like that. I was going to like free parties and stuff like that with my friends and stuff in the 90s, and I wanted to project the harsh metal kind of how do I explain it? The kind of vision onto electronic music. So I kind of tried to blur the lines a little bit. So I wanted the harsher stuff with the electronic. So it kind of balances the it's like my music is, if you listen to my music, it's kind of an extension of me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Now tell us about your latest album, The Rite of the Enraged.
It was it's been in the works since like 2013. Since 2013, there's been a lot of lineup changes and stuff like that. It went from a duo to like a solo project, just with live support. So obviously I just picked someone to come on stage with me and do the stuff live. But it's kind of, I had to rewrite everything because the stuff that was there already was part of the duo. So I had to take all the stuff out of that wasn't my intellectual property and rewrite the whole album. So it kind of, since like 2013, I put out 2 releases before I dropped this one. So it's kind of been a really long process, if you like, because I had to take it all apart and restructure it, rewrite it and stuff like that, and remaster it, because I do everything else, everything from the pre-production to the mastering myself. So it's fully independent project.
Awesome. And what are you currently working on? I see you just released a new single recently, Putting Holes in Sadness.
Yeah, that was kind of a bit of fun. It was a track that I wrote for the actual release, but then I held it back because it didn't quite fit with the sound structure and stuff like that. It didn't quite fit the album. So I held it back so I could release it as like just a single, and that got put out on Nailed Nazarene Industries. They put that out, and you know, it just like went from there, kind of thing. Yeah.
Cool. What future plans do you have coming up?
Quite a few. um, I've I've done a few different things with a new label that I've signed a deal with. They'll be coming out, I think, in early January. You'll hear more about them soon. I can't really say much about them just yet. I can about the one because that's already up on my social media. I did a versus track with a US artist called Manufacturer, and that will be coming out on his new EP. And I also have a new release that will be coming out in April time. So it's kind of 60% there, and then it's just we've got to structure it a little bit more, and there's a lot more that needs to be added to it. But you know, it's there, and you know, not quite got a working title for it yet or anything, but it's there, and it's it will be yeah.
It takes time, right?
Yeah, it's taken its time. Like some years ago, I could write a release in like say 4 months, something like that, and I'd have it finished from like the pre-production to the mastering in 4 months. These days, it takes a lot longer because I want it. I'm aiming for different things now, rather than just like the loud, distorted like vibes that you get from my earlier stuff. I'm trying to add more clear rhythms and stuff like that into it, and more layers, if you like. So it kind of blurs the lines a little bit into different genres and stuff.
A little more complex, basically.
Yeah. More. It's like the sounds. I want the sound to evolve. You know, it's like I can't let my project like stand still, right, and get like a stigma kind of thing. I want it to evolve and progress. So that's one of the reasons why it takes a lot longer these days to write things. But it's all good. It's getting done. So and people are still digging the sound. Still got a really good target audience, and yeah, it's all to do with them. If it weren't for the listeners, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So you have any future music videos coming up?
I have one in the works for a track off the new album. It's more to do. The new album is more to do with like I've always wrote music about. I've not got any musical influences, so my music is created about my life experiences and stuff like that. So my new release is to do with like the daily struggles of life, that kind of stuff. So I do have a video that's kind of in the works. I've got a lot of footage and stuff like that. That'll be put out in April, like about a week, 2 weeks before the album drops. So yeah.
Cool. Can you share any of the personal life experiences with us that has influenced your music?
It's really hard to explain. It's like I suffer with a lot of mental health problems and stuff like that. So every day has its own struggle for me, and I see other people struggling as well. So I try to help. I've always tried to help them with their struggles and stuff like that. So it's kind of this new album is more. is more that kind of. There's more feeling to it for me. It's more of a really personal influence, if you like. But yeah, that's where the influence is coming from for my new album. Yeah.
Now, if people want to get the album, find you online, look you up on social media, how do they do that?
Then catch me on Instagram, Dirty K Music UK. There's a website, dirtykmusic.com. They catch me if they want to check out my Bandcamp and stuff like that. It's Dirty K Bandcamp. But if you visit my website, all my links on there, you'll catch everything to do with projects and stuff like that on there. Yeah.
All over the social media, YouTube and all that.
It's pretty much everywhere. You know, it's kind of. I like to open it up so some people might not have Facebook and stuff like that. Might not have Instagram, but they might check out YouTube and stuff like that. So I like to cover every single social media platform, so people can keep up with what I'm doing. Yeah.
Awesome. And I like to ask the different artists I interview, how have you handled the whole lockdown and quarantine time?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. For a touring musician like myself, it's not just a studio thing, but it's terrible. Yeah, there was a lot planned for this year. I had about eight shows lined up. Totally no go. Lost out on a lot of experiences, stuff like that, and keeping in touch with my fans and my friends that dig my music and stuff quite a lot over social media. But it's not the same as meeting them at gigs and stuff like that. But I think everyone's kind of suffering that lockdown in so many different ways. So it's kind of, for me, it was more the music side of it. I like to go out into the crowd after my gig. I like to mingle with people and talk to new people. That's my thing, kind of thing. Find out what their story is. It's like when people ask me about stuff, it's like I don't need to know about me. I want to know what your story is. I like to make them feel part of. I'm more interested in what they've got to say. So it's kind of lockdown this year has been pretty harsh. But it's given me time to write new music. It's given me time to concentrate on different projects that I've been doing. But still, I still want to get back out. I still want to play gigs because it's what I live for. So yeah, it's been a weird one this year.
Yeah, it's been hard not being able to connect with people on a personal level this year.
Yeah, that's what it's all about for me. It's about people. It's about finding out their story and stuff like that. So for me to go from playing all over Europe and stuff like that to nothing, it's kind of hard because you spend all these years building the project up and playing everywhere and stuff like that and meeting so many new people to like a year of being locked in your house. It's hard.
It's like losing the whole year.
Yeah, it's just like this year cancelled, gone. But I can understand that. I can understand why it's happened, stuff like that. But still, it's still hard for everyone. In different ways. There's people there's people out there that, you know, don't have any family and just live on their own and stuff like that. I'm quite lucky because I actually live in a house with people, so it's, you know, it's not, I don't get that feeling of being on my own kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's affected everyone in so many different ways. But what can we do?
Yeah. I want to ask, when touring is able again, do you have any places you'd like to play that you've never played yet?
Everywhere. I've played like quite a lot over Europe and stuff like that. Germany was my second home for about 3 years. But there is some places that I'd love to visit again. Obviously the Netherlands, love that place all over. That was pretty cool to be there. I'd like to visit Poland again because, you know, I have a lot of friends there and stuff like that, and it's a really nice place to be. Everywhere, to be fair. I'm not picky where I go, because every different place has a totally different experience to me, you know.
That's true. So have you ever played the United States yet, or no?
Not yet, but I do want to. There is plans that are there to do the US and Canada as well. I want to do both. I don't know how that's going to pan out yet with the whole situation and stuff. But the label that I'm signed to now is a US label, so, you know, maybe we could do something there. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, look forward to seeing what you got coming up in the future, and it was good talking to you, and everyone look him up.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
It's great talking.
Great talking to you too.